and this is Pulse issue number 2 by 8print.co. I'm going to go through a quick flip through. Wow, the colors are really rich. That's partly due to, well, half designer and half printing press. Actually, it's 100% designer and 100% printing press. If either goes wrong, wow, that was really rich. This color saturation is really deep. Yep, wow, there's a lot of full flood color. And the consistency of the color across all the print heads is really, really smooth. You're not seeing any light spots and dark spots. Well, I'm just going to keep going through the overall flip through first, and then we'll zoom in. Okay, so that was the whole magazine. And now let's see. Cyan and yellow, let's see if we can find any strange gradation marks or strange color head discrepancies. Nope, it's straight across the board. It's all the same color. It's very, very steady. And then let's look at skin tones, highlights. Yep, even in the highlights, we don't have any burnout, any washout. It's very, very detailed in the highlights. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Yep. Okay. And wow, this is a great photograph. These photos just pop. These photos actually really pop. And this is on uncoated paper, by the way. Let's see. Yeah. Just vibrant. I don't know if the camera with which I'm recording this is going to do this justice, but to the naked eye, these photos just look like you're staring at a Kodachrome slide. Okay. Aha, wow. I'm gonna put some emphasis on the black flooding, and it's just really smooth flooding. So you give you some glare so you can see that there's no banding, no gradation or anything on the black background. The highlights, quarter tones are super detailed. Yeah, even the fine detail is just really well preserved. Super high line screen. Okay. Moving on. This, yeah, there's not much more to say here. And then, wow, and the photographs of the portraits, skin tones. Shadow areas are wide open. Let's see. Yep, shadows are detailed, highlights are detailed. And since this is an uncoated paper, you're not getting much glare at all. Let's move in. See if I can find a solid CMY color. That's black again. That's okay, here we go. Just as we were talking about it. CMY. Yeah, I'm just looking at this with my naked eye here, and it's really steady. Heavy cyan, heavy yellow, and it's really very consistent. It just looks like we took a can of green ink and threw it all over the sheet and just poured it over the sheet. It's absolutely consistent. Okay, let me see how close I can get in here so that you can see the resolution. And you can actually start seeing the grain of the paper now. Okay. Moving along, we're about halfway done. Yep, and just pure cyan. Looks like maybe about 80% cyan. It might be more. Let me see if I can tell. If there's a line screen we can take a look at. Now the line screen is too faint to be able to see if there is a line screen at all. It's too fine to see what line screen this is without actually looking at the InDesign file or AI file. Okay, yeah, it's consistent. There's no print banding at all. Let's see, and then we are almost through, and red too. The red looks a little bit pink, just slightly pink. I don't know if that was intentional or whether it was supposed to be more reddish, but there's just not a lot of yellow in this spread. I'm looking at the camera, and the camera looks a little redder than what's visible to the naked eye. So that's something to pay attention to, see if it was intentional or not. And again, zoom in. Yep. And glare test. And resolution test. Yeah, it's very, very smooth. Okay. Here's an ad placement. Let's see how the ad is holding up in shadow areas. Actually, it's the shadow looks like it's blocking up here, but it's not. With the naked eye, it's a lot cleaner. Let me see if I can adjust my... Yeah, no, there's a lot more detail that the camera's not picking up that the naked eye can see. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. It just looks like a bunch of black in the hair. It's not. If you look with your eyes, you can see individual strands of hair. So that's nice. Anything else? See, registration. Registration, well, this is printed off in indigo, so registration is going to be perfect always. And anything else? I think that's it for color and tone. Registration is not something you have to worry about. The only thing I think maybe to think about are these guys, the actual cutout in the masking behind this guy's head and around these people's hair. We could use a little feathering maybe, but I don't know if that's intentional with the designer or not. So if it wasn't intentional, then yes, feathering. If it was intentional, then it actually looks interesting this way. It looks more pop arty. So like I said, if it's intentional, then completely ignore my comment. I'm just talking technical here. Anything else? Nope, that's it. And we are at the front page now. 8print.co.